Services, Trinidad, Ltd. Paula Linda. Ida, will store Bay upgrade affect environment. Corey Connolly. 2. Held in Southern Division. Laurel B. Williams. Kid on trial for killing ex-friend in Feazabad in 2015. Laurel B. Williams. UWI sends condolences to family, friends of Sir Shridath Ramphal. Paula Linda. Judge, recording police not a criminal offense. Jada Laudoa. Education Minister, not enough money to fix all schools. Gregory M.C. Burney. Duke's application for interim PSA pension dismissed. Paula Linda. San Fernando students happy to return to class. Laurel V. Williams. U.S. seizes Maduro's $13 million plane.
Antigua rise again.
BPTT to divest mature gas fields to Parinco.
Antigua rise again.
Davis. NTA going after seats UNC needs to win election.
Antigua rise again.
UNC aims to win 25 seats in next election. Clint Chantat.
Oh boy.
June. Ryan
sure
Hamilton
share.
Davis. 5 MPs
I
not invited to
you're
UNC
sending
general
out your
election
voice
meeting.
notes.
Clint
Please let
Chantak.
us organize a
Maloney
note
resident
early.
is September's
Send your
first
voice
murder
notes at your
victim.
front burners.
Gregory M.C. Burney.
Let's do that.
Cops. 3 Venezuelans victims of human trafficking. Laurel V. Williams. News. 1
Let's make sure do that.
2784.
Pleasant good morning to
Trinidad
Cyrus.
and
So take
Tobago
care of
Newsday
every
copyright
virus.
2020 to 2021 Trinidad and Tobago Newsday. And touch. About
Big
us
Ram, a
classified
pleasant good morning to
privacy policy,
Dave.
contact
Deborah,
us.
pleasant good morning to each and every
Facebook
one of
sharing
you.
button, WhatsApp sharing button, Twitter sharing button, email
know what,
sharing button,
Brung,
print sharing button,
Gita,
Charities sharing button,
Brung,
arrow
all
light
of you,
sharing
Kevin,
button.
all of you out there, A and 8 doubles and roti out there. Pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Yeah. All who look on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube, a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. I hope when you all see Real Media TT, go out there, make sure you all share whatever you see you get from Real Media TT. Yesterday was my first day outside for quite a while. Just that was show the impact of you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, in the influence and the power in which you all are granted in yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio, or the Ground Report program. My host condemn. I was reached back in my hometown yesterday, but I'm going to give that story in a little bit. Let's shake the place a little bit. Land, I hate to see government will always giving other people land and poor people and people can't get land. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. That was to start back at ground zero. That's how I start fighting for people and land squatters that are regularized. The UNC government at the end of the day, under pandemic them, brought in that Squatters Regularization Act for the need for the amount of people in Trinidad and Tobago needs somewhere to live or land. Many people don't want to squat or go out there, but the opportunities for land in Trinidad was only given under every UNC government, whether it be from land to the landless or land for the landless, and many other projects. That includes empowering you, the people, you, the average person, in owning your own home or owning your own land. I will work back. You abuse that when things was nice. But we're gonna go to that in a little bit. Share by the time, share. Hey, honey, for the let me go to the top. Let me go to the top because some days lost to the top. So let me go straight to the top. Let me see who I have from the beginning. Big Speaks, a pleasant good morning to you. Matilda Rose, good morning. Hanifa. Fiza D. Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Primraj. Davy, good morning. 007, a pleasant good morning to you. Anne Brown, good morning to you. Boudram John, good morning. Well, use the good one. What was the next one? Barry Boudram. Behaving these days in the all. Just yet to have some behavior. Right, Boudram John and Rachel. Darrow, a pleasant good morning to you. Roll Glasgow. You like to get trouble, but I know you will start to behave yourself just now because you understand you. You understand me? Not about disrespect, you have something, just sell it, man, Glasgow. But I believe you have Trinidad and Tobago best at your heart. I believe all of us. But it's just who want who and who prefer who. When the Bisnat Passad, a pleasant good morning to you. Michael Scotland, good morning. Fufu, good morning. That's Wendy Anna, good morning to you. Tara, all the Taras, good morning to you. Hey. I honestly believe, do you? Oh boy, I done say morning to Ann Brown. Mira from Princess Tongue, a pleasant good morning to you. Well, don't forget to send you all front burners. Well, I ain't getting no glasses back yet, so let's have some patience, man. Marvin, a pleasant good morning to you. Yes, hey, that's my partner Dexter day, man. Oh, boy, tell your wife I say a pleasant good morning. And we mechanic partner. And those of them who always come with you and wifey when we hit the road. What did you just now, Dexter? Don't let get off the spirit work. Stop your crying, Lord. Sing high. Rampol, good morning to you. I catch my aunt, uncle, Nenan Tesiban. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey Sheldon, good morning to you. Keith, good morning. I will with you. Calvary Spirit, a pleasant good morning to you. Together, we could be and be. I'll just say Lynch, good morning. Hey Jason and all Jason, good morning. Biggs, a pleasant good morning to you. To serve my country. Yeah, Roll Glasgow, the people planting land, boy. I don't get to see the video for those of you all in see it. And you all must look out for your notices, Real Media TT during the day. When you get notices, because you all should the Pitbull Radio is out there on behalf of the Ground Report and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. My country. When I get notices, because I'm going out there on something very, very, very serious. You all know what time is 6 to 9 in the morning? Monday to Friday? But during the day, when you see our live go up, it's business. Serious business. Peep at it. Get it. Share it. Help us in this fight. Hey Peter, good morning. Sebrangani, good morning to you. I'm missing red people earlier. Timothy Roberts, good morning. Hey Passad, good morning, all of you. Hey Alicia, good morning. Ali Trini, a pleasant good morning. Trini Nairo, good morning. Roger Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Bisnat Passad, good morning. All right, while I will always organize and come back to this. Hey, what about Kenrick Passad, good morning to you. Kenrick, good morning. All. Hey, Anderson Wilson, good morning. As you say, it's down to business. It's the lines, it's your own. It's not about all of that. All I'm doing here is just building a life, but meanwhile, making sure people organize and share. Yeah. While hey, Cindy, good morning. While they get there, they send your voice notes with you. From burner, and that's what's supposed to do, Anderson. Wifey, Anderson behave himself and him send it down front burner. Var voice no day for me. You know what they say? So they go kill you politically, huh? Oh God. Boy, you ball for Heinz so much. I feel eventually your wife will leave you, the way you just study Heinz. I don't know, boy. You just sleep with Heinz on your mind. Get up with Heinz on your mind. You know if your wife said sleep and get up with other people in their mind like how you are Heinz. You don't go get vexed. So behave yourself. Hey Darren, good morning. Hey Darren, Daniel, a pleasant good morning to you. Now that she needs me. Oh boy. The thing started, partner. So you know all in Arima too, I'll be joining you to highlight the various issues on real media, TT. And pointing you as a very good prospective candidate for that area, knowing that in the way you know the ground. Hey Nasa Hussein, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, and let me say a pleasant good morning to those of you who look on to us on Corridor Transformation on YouTube. Love Laventine on Facebook, all of you. Workers' Rights Platform. Renaissance. Nice conversation yesterday. The ball boys, yo, God, Andy. You're going on there, hit the road for the first time. I tell you when you're ready. Let me know. I want to come out there with you. I say, boy, the spirit just movement, they are ready for it yet. But it start now, okay? Hey, Deborah, good morning, girl. Roll Glasgow, where did you hold me to, eh? Stop getting damn trouble and coming to you. Let me hear what you're saying. From my one, what? Hey, from my view, that's roll all here. So you, we can't say, remember the other day roll. The fact is, the Kamala Prasad BCSF government in their manifestos, the people partnership, they completed at least 70-80% of their manifesto, eh? Right? They proved to be people that they stick to their manifesto rather than the PNM. And we both will agree with that, right? Roll. Right? So he is saying, and from my view of the manifesto, that won't happen. Can't say that. The only parts that may not happen is the parts where they may not have no money. Because the PNM, in which I know you are all against of, spend out everything, mash up everything, borrow out everything. Okay? Nice, nice. And I will, Daniel, I will be joining you all. Let's go find some things to highlight. Go meet the people, talk to the people. Hey, look Barry Bootram now. I looking for you. I don't see Roll. Roll talking nice day, Barry. Let me hear what Barry had to say this morning. Oh boy. Sorry, Andy. Kamala will never select you for any seat. And what I was say, and I wouldn't get on like those who ain't get selected. You know, I'll teach them how to be mature. When it's your time, it's your time. It is what it is. But that ain't mean to say I ain't gonna pop a good fight to be selected by making sure that make sure I go in there with a very good resume. You know, and with the backing of a lot of people within the Toko Sandy Grande area. It's what it is, and you don't know that, Barry. The name Andy Williams as a candidate in Toko Sandy Grande Valencia. It ranking in number ones, and all that is good. One only own, very own underdog that is called me. Even if I get picked, imagine whether it's doctor they're going to pick, or lawyer they're going to pick, or whoever they're going to pick. And the other day, the pitbull name, Andy name jumping up in the front line, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so don't worry about that, Barry. Right? But I'll make it, I will put up a fight, but not a fight in the way how some people think. When I screen and thing, I make sure I go down there with a couple of thousands of people, whatever, you know, let's go. You understand? You know what I'm talking about, right? Right. So let me go and peep at them that thing there because well, I have to bring out Leonard Smith, right? And then only calling about how we talking long and the program is really the people own and da, 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 da. But what we're doing is just setting the platform, okay? We have to do that. And in no way and in no intention is to run or turn off none of you. Again, a chain is as strong as its weakest link, and all of us make up that chain. And so long as it is, we are breaking off of that chain, such as how my partner Anderson will sing, you know, some people get like Beulah. Oh God, I'm better. Oh God, I'm better. I can't turn off. Don't do that. It come like you come out there and you're saying you're fed up with your children. You have your nice one child or two children or however, or your family member, your mother or father that in which you love, you grow to love, that you know a worker, you know that you know that have put out a lot for the family, which is, let me say, Trinidad and Tobago, each and every one of you. You will come out there and tell your family members or the neighbors or go on the road and you go, oh God, I fed up on my child. Your child is not to say your child falling bad influence or hitting you, or your child might just talk a little too much and you know want to talk more than him or her, you know. So you go right off your child because they talk a little too much. I think it's as long as it is where the talking is constructive. I think that is enough to have patience with your child. You know, easily, like you have my number or you have LENNOX number, easily ring we. Hey, behave on yourself. Or they're talking a little too long, or they have to open the lines early, give the people the opportunity to call in, and that's how we have to do it with your child. If we all are one, understand? So you see how I will bring across things different to whether we Mikey K or LENNOX Smith or whoever. And I hope my delivery this morning to you, the people, you, all of you that are locked on, a good one, one that each and every one of you understand. And let's continue our fight and work together. Okay? And encourage, not discourage ourselves, you know, based on in every family we'll have little fights. Not in discouraging ourselves, but encouraging ourselves to excel together and share and get many other people on board with us, because this hill that we are fighting now against this PNM government is a serious uphill battle, especially with all the disunity and the backbitings and the various political parties, small parties that we all know the PNM will eventually fund, and they'll just cut track for Guti to run, and the PNM will just run right through, knowing that they have data at their disposal, plus they also have all the independent offices, including the EBC. You know, and packing a ballot and for the elections is not new to the PNM. So that's how hard the uphill battle are. Okay? So let's all now, I'm going to pick the voice notes on them. It's time for me to get down to business. Let's start the battle. Are you ready? Let me see. How we starting the battle this morning? Let me see.
With Mikey K, Andy Williams, and LENNOX Smith. Wake up! Oh, wake up! It's too late. Wake up! Wake up, DMP! Oh God!
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place. We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
You must develop a sense of self-reliance You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government. Louder, I am the government. I am the government. Bang, 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 bang.
Andy, good morning, Orlando. Andy, tell Anderson will soon or whatever his name, William, whatever his name is. That Donald Trump was a TV host. He said, what that program, and you have no clue what he was doing. He said, read from a teleprompter. And he used to make a lot of mistakes, and he ran a TV show for years. And he became the president of America, the most doted, stupidest, foolish president this country ever seen. And again, he runs the most powerful country in the world. And the man is an idiot. What a dotish idiot. So he don't take a lot. You smarter than Donald Trump. You could run America better than Donald Trump. You have more brain than Donald Trump. So you could be a good candidate or a good parliamentarian. So I believe in you, my friend. So tell Anderson William, please. Also, Ukraine, the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, he was no big politician. He used to be on TV and he became the president of Ukraine. The man is standing up for his country and fighting hard in the front line with his battle with his people fighting for his country against Russia. So when people call and telling you about, oh, you can't be a good candidate, tell them I say, the kiss the behind. They're foolish. They don't know. Because if we could have an idiot over here running the country and a J.A. running the country in Trinidad, you is 100 times better than them. I don't go 110. There's nothing called 110%. 100 times better than them. So I'm glad that you put them idiots in the place, my friend. I think you will win. You'll be a good politician because you know what? Common sense come before book. A lot of people don't have that in Trinidad. A lot of them, like for Spain. You have no common sense and you have no book sense. So me know why he exists. You're like you know how they call a leaf, a vegetable. Oh yeah, he just walking like the walking dead. All right, I'm talking with that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having that confidence in me. I have not let you all down now. And if given the opportunity, I will not let you all down then. Thank you, my brother.
Bang, 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 bang.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, all the listeners. LENNOX, Mikey K, director, all. Hey, listen, man, Andy. All the UNC people who are saying that they're not hearing, they're not seeing what the UNC is doing. You see, they don't tune into programs where the UNC are on. And last night, Mikey K had Kurt Megu on his Observer program, right? And I would advise them to go back and get that clip and listen to Mikey K interviewing Kurt Megu, right? And they will find out all that they're saying that UNC are doing, and they will find out all that UNC doing, and they will have numbers that they could call from that program also, right? So it's a very important clip that with Mikey K interviewing Kurt Megu, and also, Andy, I don't know if you have the time. I can't tell you how to run your program, but if you have the time, maybe there were some numbers that were given, that WhatsApp numbers that people who want to inquire anything about what the UNC doing for the election, they could call that WhatsApp number, give suggestion, get answers, and all this kind of thing, right, Andy? So maybe you could go through the clip and get the number and give it to people, so they would call and say, and people listen when they have parliament. Go on the Parliament channel and listen well to see the horrors that the Speaker of the House does be giving the opposition parliamentarians, right? Whenever they bring up something, they are shut down by the Speaker, right? I think and the other side could split insult at the UNC, and whenever the UNC try to react, right, they are shut down by the Speaker, right? So you all must look at all these things before jumping to a conclusion that the UNC is not doing nothing. Okay, Andy, thanks.
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
Good morning, Andy for Grandy. So I've seen the Minister of Education, Ms. Dory, say the $5 billion she gave for education is not enough. But any amount of money not enough for the PNM government, all again taking over $70 billion in this country, and they can't even run the country, or they're running it down to the dog. Eh? Or they you really something you know, guys, we Dory, you're really something else. Or they want to dip into the heritage and stabilization fund and finish it off. That's all they want to do now. And I seen a trend occurring, and you know, it's over 40 old age pensioners that dead in the last 2 years because of this home invasion murders. They're targeting these people who living alone and they're killing them. I know Eartha didn't catch nobody who do that. Surely praying about things. Like a lady, a 61-year-old lady dead, died. They killed the woman, they strangulated her and killed she and seen 90-year-old mother. What dementia, they space she died. Or they bandits real wicked, you know. Or they had to go and kill the woman, boy, and the woman take her operation Sunday, you know. She could have DMC, and they kill the woman. Or they born from animal, not from human, huh? About the day, Andy.
Report. Report. Short and sweet. The education minister here, she said last night that 5 billion or 5,000 million, because 1,000 million is a billion, right? Is not enough to run the ministry every year. You know, if somebody's to hold these guns and them who hold in office to account, what she effectively telling me in the past 9 years, she got 5 billion by 9, right? So that is, and this we can check this, $45,000 million. I want to check what I say. $45,000 million in the last 9 years. And she couldn't fix the schools with that. Please, and she account for that money now. You see when people come on TV and they
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
The Ground Report with Mikey K and Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
same thing that they don't know anything about. Then she account for all that money.
Peace and love, Ground Report. Calvary Spirit, yeah. You know, boy, it hurt me yesterday. I watching all this bygone. I could have do it at Focus Bag at this bygone where they mash up, they just mash up the people, vegetables and fruit. And the Bella playground, where nobody ain't going to play it. When they done build, somebody going and end up with the keys for it. The people in the area hardly going and get access to it. But I guess that's the PNM. Nothing surprises me with them. The thing about it is how the people just standing up and taking anything these people do. When all they go stand up by, they're mashing up food in front of all your place, in front of all your face. To build a playground, to do eat, play. I guess so.
Andy, me again, morning. Andy, tell her last caller, you know what you fight for a week for Dolly or whatever happened over the education. You fight for a week and all this makeup. Very expensive, you know.
Nice, nice. I did organize and play all voice notes that I get for the morning so far. So I'm going to organize and look to blast. So those, please send your voice notes by the meanwhile. But by the meanwhile, after say a pleasant good morning to you, Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Let me make sure everything is all right. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to you as well. Pleasant morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good day to you. Yes, well, of course, what I've heard so far is that the people are, in fact, of course, gravitating to where the information can be had, and it is a pleasure and a really music to my ears, and I'm sure you too, and all conscientious citizens that where you would get your information that is raw, undiluted, real, and of course very informative on which you can make a decision. Platforms such as the Ground Report, of course, Observer, the Corridor Transformation, and other similar platforms that are bringing, of course, competing, I should say at this stage, with the traditional media. That is good. That is a very, 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 should I say, important development. But I want to also, of course, at this stage, because we want to get back to the voice notes and so on, I just want to give a programming, let's say, update or information as far as some of the issues that were raised yesterday. People were saying that we are either talking too much or we are engaged for them in activities.
One favor, Lennox Smith.
Go ahead.
I really miss one person send a number saying you didn't play this one. Let me just play them. Play it quick.
Go ahead, because it will be part and parcel of what I have to say. But go ahead, give it priority.
Now is the time for Auntie Kamala to get on the stage and start. I disagree with our last caller. Now is not the time for protest. It's too late for that. Now is the time for Auntie Kamala to get on the stage and start telling the people of Trinidad and Tobago how her policies are going to be better than the PNM. It's election season. What we protesting for? Protest is not necessary right now. What we need to hear is solid policies coming out of the UNC to move Trinidad forward. That is the way to go. The UNC should be wooing PNM supporters over to their side with sweet words and sweet policies right now.
Okay, thanks so much. Oh boy, Lennox Smith,
Yes.
you got that set.
Yes,
you go ahead.
yes, of course, and there are going to be differences in opinions. But of course, we must agree to disagree, and at the end of the day, the best should prevail. But just on the question of programming information, I want people to understand the logistics and some of the challenges that we have every morning. First and foremost, I want to let you know that Andy, Mikey, and myself, we operate from different points. Andy, of course, is at ground zero, so to speak, or at master control. It means, therefore, that he literally has to deal with the telephone calls, the all of your voice notes, etc., etc. But there is another factor that we never catered for, or put another way, that is of necessity with respect, of course, to going fully, let's say, digital, meaning that we are on social media for the time being. We may, of course, gravitate to maybe radio station, as the case may be, but that being as it may, we have to wait for people to come on. We have to wait for people, and we have, of course, the mechanism to see how much people is on board. We have to wait for people to indeed register their voice notes, all of that. In the meantime, time will be, of course, upon us. It means, therefore, something has to happen in between there. So whilst all of this is taking place, of course, it will give us an opportunity to lay the foundation for the days or for the programs, activities in terms of our own perspective on matters that may have been overlooked, or is contemporary, or is trending. All of that are part and parcel of the process. And of course, Andy at ground zero at master control certainly will be monitoring all of these matters. I have it very easy in the sense that whilst I am in a different location, is merely to come on and, of course, maybe give some of the information that I would have had in terms of who are on the corridor transformation, for example, platform, and to, of course, raise certain issues that may emerge yesterday, day before, currently, as the case may be, and all of that. So I want people to understand it is not easy, and therefore to simply pick up the phone, and because you didn't get a response immediately, or you find that you're waiting too long, I want to tell you that you may well be doing us an injustice by, of course, making statements that are unnecessary. I suppose that is because you may not be aware. So I thought it was important to let you know the complexities and the variables and the multiple tasking that has to take place to bring a program like this to you, with the fullness and the participation of almost everybody. We know, I say almost, because we know we will not be satisfying everybody in the way that they would like, but certainly the approach that we have taken, recognizing that you have a right to speak, recognizing that one may disagree with you, but of course we will defend to the hilt your right to speak. Of course, we know that we have to be eclectic at times. We have to cut off certain elements that are not palatable to the purpose for which we have set up ourselves, and the function and or objectives that we have set ourselves for making sure that our democracy functions in the way that it ought to. Those are some of the issues that I thought I should bring to your attention at this point in time, so you understand what is happening. What is my headline issue? Well, of course, I want you to know as well, and that is something that is very dear to our collective and individual hearts. Of course, a judgment yesterday was made in favor of two businessmen who were filming, who were recording the arrest of Inchant Ishmael, that businessman, and they were detained for about 10 hours by police officers, claiming that they were obstructing their the performance of their duty. The police officers arrested them, claiming that they were arrested for obstructing them in the performance of their duty because they were filming them from a distance, but within, of course, clearly their sight or vision. And as a consequence, they arrested them. The businessmen took them to court, and the court said in no uncertain terms that filming the police is not, cannot be considered to be an offense. Let me repeat. The court says that filming the police at a reasonable distance, of course, once you are not, of course, interfering, and anybody with a modicum of common sense would know if the police is out of your reach, but the camera clearly can reach them because of the technology that is being deployed within the camera, whether it's a camera phone or otherwise. That is not an offense. The police have the tendency, of course, to use obstructing the police as an excuse to try to stymie and frighten and to intimidate persons who film them when they are engaged in their activities. Why do you think then that there is so much call for body cameras on police officers? It's to film themselves. And since they have either for one reason or another, availability or not, on and off, as the case may be, conducting their activities, then when there are persons who are within a safe distance, so to speak, are filming them, they have no authority to arrest you, claiming that you are obstructing their activities. Understand that. I thought it was important to bring that to you. That's a significant development, having regard to the fact that it's not recorded in our jurisprudence, and the law has been settled. I don't know if the police will want to appeal it. If they appeal it, well, even better fit, because I'm sure the appeal court, and if it goes to the Privy Council, will of course ratify that decision made by Frank C. Prasad, Andy, your favorite judge. All right. So,
good man.
And I want to say, I want to say,
all police officers
that damages
all
was
will
allocated to them.
At the end of the day, and citizens will know that don't let the police play the one to, and the next thing they will come with, if they think resisting arrest, obscene, like, yeah, cuss. Now they come in with, when you come in to film them, you're disturbing them from the duty.
Yes.
Right. So with that clear, we have to continue keeping an eye on the police with our cameras. Go ahead, Lennox Smith.
And Frank C. Prasad awarded them each $90,000 for being detained illegally for the claim that they were obstructing, and talking about the persons who were arrested, the two businessmen that happened to be on the compound when they effected that so-called arrest. So make that clear, people, and you could only get it in detail as this on the ground report and on social media, as opposed to traditional media, that you would not readily have that kind of analysis. So there you go. Just as how we did in fact tell you that you have a right to assemble in a public place. The police was telling us that we couldn't assemble in a public place and talk whatever we have to talk. We had to disguise what we were doing by saying, because the law provides for it, that we had a prayer and all of that. There is no need for us to say that it is a prayer session, nothing like that. You can assemble in a public place. What you cannot do, of course, is proceed to march, and of course march in the sense that you are protesting, placards, etc., etc. And that is what we used in order to avoid having to get consent from the Commissioner of Police, as the Summary Offences Act would have commanded. And therefore we were able to still go on the streets and deliver letters, as we did, what, about 4 or 5 letters that we did on 2 or 3 occasions, and therefore avoiding, of course, having to ask for permission. Why? Because invariably permission is not granted, and therefore we are satisfied that there is some other factor rather than objectivity. And the purpose of the march would have been peaceful, yet still there has been too many instances where application for marches through the police would have been rejected or amended in order to avoid the essence of the purpose for the march. So we have been able to do that and initiate, of course, judicial confirmation and or adjustments, or settle the matter once and for all. So once again, we can assemble in a public place. Before that, we were of the view that we had to get the permission of the Commissioner of Police. No, can assemble in a public place, wherever that public place is, but we simply cannot proceed to march. To march, you need permission to march or to protest, as the case may be. But you can have a protest in a public place when you would have assembled. But from the time you start to march, well, that's a different story. So that is the interpretation, that is the rule. And of course, the most recent development is that you can film the police. And of course, we have cameras that could zoom in from a distance. And therefore, the police cannot claim now, as they would normally do, in order to defend their illegal conduct and the harassment of the public, when the public, of course, is engaged in the filming of their activities. The police must understand that this is a country of law and rules, and therefore, if they are acting within the confines of the law or the rules, then if you are being filmed, you should have no problem. The filming will, of course, absolve you from any iniquities or any infringement of your responsibility as far as effecting arrest or any kind of other activities as far as the should I say the protection that is required by citizens of the police service, and of course the promotion of the peace and tranquility of Trinidad and Tobago, which of course is a fundamental function of the police. So Andy, I hand back to you. I'm sure that some voicemails would have been accumulated, except of course during the course of the program I would love to talk about the seizure of Maduro's presidential plane, the question of the presence during the COVID of Delcy Rodriguez and the plane that she had, and whether or not Trinidad and Tobago is still under scrutiny by the U.S. authorities as far as breach of the sanction is concerned. She having, of course, been brought in here by the Rowley administration clandestinely, while at the same time, very despicably, members of our citizenry were kept out of the country, whilst, of course, a sanctioned plane was, of course, accommodated here, and the possibility that World War III could have been started through the ineptitude and the deliberate acts of the Rowley administration once again right on Piaco Airport, right at Piaco Airport, if the Americans had known that Delcy was here and that illegal plane was there, because that presidential plane was seized in where? In the Dominican Republic, in another country, and fly back to the Americans. Yes, let's go ahead, my friend. Yes. A pleasant good morning. Welcome.
You go ahead, caller.
Then the UNC is doing everything.
We're not saying you're too clear, you know. If you could close up your window or go somewhere where it's less noisy, because we hear you too clear.
Well, call back, caller. There may be some technical
issues. Right, we hear you better now.
All right, okay.
Yeah, people not satisfied with your position or some say.
Reacting to the government, at the schools. And if you could draw your attention leading up to the 2015 January election, when they had mass demonstrations, I can't understand how the trade union saying that cops are going good. We see no protest. We was in this mass demonstration on the street. If the UNC wasn't for our the radio. But the UNC is not doing enough. All of them watching world leaders. I see in Kenya, I could be some connected. The opposition all the supporters because they wanted to shut the Catholic gas. And they did streets. What for the sessions going on here? The PLM is not all you figure the PLM know that the UNC is weak. The supporters are weak. All the activists and their supporters, they're not generating no traction on the ground. The PLM are already started. I shake on this cost of what taking place in this country. We have the UNC supporters We have 300 and something supporters. Where are from listening?
I did get much, Andy, of
Okay,
what
the
the
lines
caller
are
said.
open, Trinidad and Tobago. The lines are open. 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. We'll give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open. Send your WhatsApp voice notes, which will be played even faster. So make sure you send those WhatsApp voice notes, please. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, caller.
You. Hello?
Yes,
Go
good
ahead.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mikey, Newbie, and to everybody out there.
Yes.
He wants to know where the 300 and something he left out the 1,000 support UNC supporters. I want to know where's he? Where is he? When we have a protest outside here, do you attend it, sir? Or you are too busy doing other things, right? It's not this gas price and so not only affected UNC supporters, it has affected everybody across the board. And if the fence sitters and them don't want to get up and get, why should the other people do it? When Kamala was talking to people, what Rowley is going to do to you all did not listen. Elections have consequences, and we are suffering those consequences, the effect of those consequences now. We are suffering, right? And look at yesterday, I went to pay my property tax. Yes, Andy, I went and paid because I don't want to lose my home, right? My husband worked hard to build this house for us. And after he died, I continued paying the mortgage and take on it and seeing whatever I could have finished with the house, right? There are a lot of things that still need to be done, but I'm not going to do it. I can't. Know that I have to pay all this property tax. Okay? When we went down there, I reached down early because I wanted to go early to get through early. I was number 4. Okay, a lot of people were coming in after, and I sat down there. We were talking among ourselves, right? And as I told you, a couple of guys there yesterday, everybody's sounding it is so unfair. I say yes, it is unfair, but elections have consequences, and we have to do something about it. We have to let our fingers do the talking. Because it is very unfair after we pay taxes, VAT on every single thing, nail, hammer, everything that we buy to build this house. We have to pay a rent out to live in it. That is so unfair. So a lady there telling me, all over the world. I said, madam, listen to me. I don't want to hear nothing about all over the world. Because when you want to quote all over the world, take a look at the surroundings of all over the world and see how they're living and look and see how we here are living. I said, because they're lying about what the property tax is going to do, right? 1 minute is to pay this, is to fix this, is to fix that, and you're not hearing about fixing your community. Look, where the road tax gone? Where the road tax gone? Well, when I was finished with her, talking very good, right? I say, look at the condition of our roads, look at the condition of our surroundings, garbage all over the place. I say, and you seeing that all over the world? She said, no. I said, but then when we start seeing that, then come and tell me about all over the world, right? Now, I ask when we reach inside, and I went to the cashier, I asked, I say, can we pay this every month? He said, no. We have to wait till we get the assessment valuation notice in order to pay. I say, so when will that be? Say, during the next financial year. We don't know when it's going to come out. Now tell me, Andy and Lennox, and they have to spend money now to reprint all these forms and them, right? He said, because it can change. I say, it can change. I say, no, it can't change just so, right? So they now have to spend money to do over these assessment forms when before we just take the receipt and go and pay the taxes. We have to wait now. Now, there were quite a few people there that did not get their newest valuation assessment with the 2%, and they did not accept cash from them. These people are all in a quandary that if it is that they don't get it, if they get it after the 30th of September, if they have to pay the 10% interest. The cashiers and them said they don't know. So I want to know, what do they know? What it is really going on in this country. See, Andy, if you don't go out there and you listen to the things that people are saying, you wouldn't know what's going on, eh? You wouldn't know what's going on at all, at all, at all out there. Now, again, elections have consequences. I saw you yesterday on that video, right? And the people are back. I tell you, die hard PNM. Die hard PNM, Andy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me.
Correct.
Look at how they're destroying the people's crops. Look at how they're destroying it. Where they could have picked that. Okay, even pick it, Andy, right? And give it to the school feeding program. Give it to the school feeding program. Or they destroy the people's crops. Or they destroyed. Look at the 14,000 chickens. It's thousands, yeah, 14,000 chickens that they might have to cull because they break down the man shed. Elections have consequences. You see, Andy, we only look at race. We only look at race. We don't look at value. We don't look at anything else in this country. And look at what they're doing to all here. And I am telling people out there, all you get up, all you better get up and do something about what it is going on in this country, And you see, as for Gary Griffith, put Gary Griffith in a corner. Gary Griffith brings nothing to the brings nothing to the play. But I'll tell you this, I'll quote from Aristotle. A fool contributes nothing worth learning and take offense at everything. A fool contributes nothing worth learning and take offense to everything. And that is a fitting description of Gary Griffith, right? Tall man, PNM supporters. They're bringing nothing, but they wanted to take an offense to everything, criticize everything. You hear? And we, people, make all your minds strong that we have to stand up and we have to push back against this PNM government because it cannot go on forever. Because just like that, they could change that property tax from 2% straight back up to 10%. What are you going to do? To bear consideration what Donna Cox said about our NIS pension and our senior citizen pension. Take all that into consideration when all are going into the voting booth. Dick Ford, whoever his name is, saying that the police have a thankless job. Don't worry, sir. I'll go and get some thank you cards and I'll send it for you all, right? Because you are doing such a good job investigating Faris, Camille Handbag money, Foster Cummins, Venture Capital money, Daryl Smith, Keith Rowley, all that, doing such a good job. And Andy, before I leave, I want to say something. Yesterday morning, when I came up, I had to cross there on Independence Square because I had to go across there to get to Rice Road. I stood up there by the Salvatore car park. I was looking for Tallman because I had some documents for him. It only had about 2 cars in the car park, but what I saw, what caught my eyes on the ground was a pair of slippers and a pants.
A pair of slippers and a pants.
It was a pair of slippers and a pants, yes. I said somebody dropped the slippers and the pants and had to run, get out of there in a hurry, right? So, but I didn't see anybody. So then I turned and I went my way to Rice Road.
But what I'm asking one thing, but you see anybody naked, like anybody looking like Port of Spain naked because slippers and the pants dropping?
On the ground.
What are we going to do?
Somebody had to run, get out of there in a hurry. But when I passed back after I was finished with all my transaction, it was gone. Right? Like they come back and they pick it up. You understand? So somebody, I don't know what wee hours in the morning, had to drop that and run. I don't know what they were running from. Right? So, but in the absence of information, there's speculation. So I'm speculating here. Right from the time I saw it, I started speculating. And I had a good laugh on Independence Square. I said, that good for them, whoever it is, you understand? And so my people out there, I'm appealing to you all, fence sitters, everybody. You all have to buy gas. You all have to buy groceries. You all have to buy medication. This is not about UNC or whatever. This is about getting it right and getting rid of the PNM, because if should they win, God forbid, this next election, we are going to eat the bread that the devil needs. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good morning.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Thank you
indeed.
so
Of
much.
course, a fool contributes nothing, but of course, take every opportunity to complain about everything. I think that is wonderful. It reminds me of another saying about fool. The fool and his money is soon part. And of course, a fool may make money, but it takes a wise man to spend it. In this time of artificial belt tightening perpetrated by this government, you have to be extremely careful about how you spend money. And they could say you are a penny pincher. You take that annotation or that appellation. The fact of the matter is that you have to, of course, work within the constraints artificially imposed by a government that is clearly out of control, is inept, cannot manage the affairs of the country, except, of course, line their own pockets. And we have to look at only Balize House and understand that multi-million-dollar monstrosity came as a consequence of the PNM being in office and therefore corruptly constructing that monstrosity, having regard to Rowley's public utterance that it was, in fact, the PNM was, in fact, bankrupt by 2015 when he inherited that particular criminal enterprise called the PNM. Let's not waste time. So well done, Miss Sanaguz.
Right, but meanwhile, I'm gonna take some voice notes while I wait some of you all calls.
Yes, people, don't forget, of course, to make your calls. Of course, Andy will give you the numbers to call, to make your calls, and to, of course, give your voicemail or voice notes, as the case may be, in the comfort of your home. You have time to correct on all of that if you're making your voice notes or voicemails. We have some.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Big Ram, morning, Big Ram. Go ahead, caller.
Morning, Andy.
Good morning to you.
Are you hearing me this morning?
Listen, every time I call in your phone, Papa, it only ringing once and hanging up. Once and hanging up. Like if it is you block me or something. But I know you ain't blocked me. But
something wrong with the PNM children, something wrong, I realize. Because people telling me and the same thing, I don't know what's going on. Like I have to carry it to a phone doctor or something to check it. Oh, God, I tried to call them to 6 yesterday morning. Oh, God, the problem is so complex. I can't get you know, but nevertheless, I just want to say that we can stop it. And we can please, it's not legible. He was on radio. We hear on the radio talking about the Venezuelan. They want to get the Venezuelan citizens into the police services. I said, no. And listen, Trinidadians and the citizens here, they're going to imagine the how can I say that? I want to understand that morning. I am very something. You cannot just say that. It's a message about getting to you. It's a message. So you can say that. And next thing about the government is they have the majority. Nobody is Canadian and elected the government that children, young children, and first get into the services. Getting the services. They were getting the army, they were getting the government, they were getting the president, and they were getting this country, the government services. And I was careful with this because once we can see these It's just a majority of and for this preacher in the church. I want to preach and discover the goodness of God. You have and telling church. We're not preaching word of God. We're not preaching get into the school direct. Not one person. Lord, you want them to get in the they're wrong with you. You're getting just research. You're getting to bring out and we're burning it out. The people let away. Just go and get everything on every coming to that's what I have to say.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lauketa. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. You know how long I'm calling this Clarion caller? Clarion caller, pleasant good morning to you.
Good. A pleasant morning to you, Andy, Lennox, and Mikey K. Look, I'm a...
Yes. Let the spirit move you, my brother.
And this morning, properly. Thank you, hear me properly?
Yeah, but go where the again, good connection. But we want the spirit move you this morning.
I just want to make sure you get me properly. You hear me?
Yeah, real clear, but we just get a little break in between, but we getting it clear.
Right, thank you. Look, I wanted to sit down in the pavilion, but a morning like this, I cannot sit down in the pavilion. My grandmother used to tell us in Tabakit, never cut down a bearing tree. When you cut down a bearing tree, what you would have done, you would have committed the worst sin on its earth.
Go ahead, Tabaki. Hey, boy. I feel it's best you give me a direct calling.
And how to Savannah, whole food, and how to lift up.
Tabakit. Let me call me back on the call me back live. Call me back line. Call me back lamb line now. That thing there, and we would love to hear your contribution. That you're breaking up too much on the WhatsApp there, boy. Breaking up too much in WhatsApp. So the lines are open. The lines are open. Let's take a next call. The lines are open. Morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you.
And you were trying to get here yesterday, but things are
good. But I was in real heat, all kind of leaders from here, there come talking to me. Who pulling me down, who saying, don't let the police, I say, where the hell is this? At the end of the day, the right thing is the right thing.
Well, it's the ground report, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we look forward.
See food, are we hungry? And I just watching food mashing up.
No, Andy, Yeah, I am convinced more than ever something is wrong with the people in this country head. It's when everybody you see working, looking normal, their head looking right, because if their head was functioning right, you would be able to balance and say, hey, you know something, this is right, this is wrong, and we can do something about it to make our lives better. I watch on the news there, I'm going to show me the video that you made, but I'll look at it after. You're going to tell me Utica going to go wrong in Bagatelle. In this time where everything is so expensive, where people have no food, they have no money, where people suffering. And I saw some trees with melange there. You going to tell me it's human beings take back one thing and root up and knock down all of that? That is criminal action. You see, soon as they do Ishmael anything, he just they're making confusion. And he always, well, anything, he take them to court and he is always win because he knows the rights and they have money. Why it is these people in this country, they are allowing this government to continue taking advantage, continue disrespecting, and continue doing what they want to the people, and the people not doing anything? What we is watch TV, we will see everything. What people have to do in these situations, people have to come out in the thousands and protest. We have to stand up together and protest. It's the only weapon we have against the government. We can have peaceful demonstration, close down the country, and let them see that we are serious. The people are doing nothing about anything. Eh? You will tell me, look at the government at the time, and you know they have the people used to complain and they feel. They shut it down and they build it is after reason of us thing. That is nothing news. There's nothing news that will lock it all day. You want to more food, more take away farmers' livelihood, take away money from the black people, like I said, take away people's money from them to say you're going to build a basketball court and a whole center, a basketball court, and look at that. You don't have no money. All these schools in a mess. Everything in a mess. We are finding money from the back of basketball and a work center, which you know that you will do any work. Why you don't stop sending money and stop fooling the people? Why the people are allowing them to do what they're doing? And then they're going to go and show them a little couple blue notes, and the fool's going to take it and keep quiet. Then people have the time to say they're too dumb and wasteful. That is why PNN still in government to be terrorizing them. It's no excuse for what you did there yesterday, understand? And the food and to feed the nation is more important. These people they have the farmers work hard. That is the disrespect all you show them. That is the disrespect all you show them. But all you continue voting PNN. The next thing they will do, they're going to kill you. Then I see the other one, the other man with the chickens. That's another unusual thing. What they are doing this to the small man when they're trying to make an honest living? Why are they being so destructive? Why is the PLM and Udicut and Heritage and all of them doing this to the people? And why are the people allowing them to do what they have to do? I'm a Santa Cruz, you know you're my darling. And I was very disappointed when I hear you say rent and pay property tax. Why people cannot understand they have rights? Why people cannot understand they have power? Right? One person can't do it. When we unite and thousands of people come out on the road, we can say we are not doing something. Everybody unite and everybody say we're not paying it, we're not doing it. We will be able to get something, but one say they ain't paying it, the next one won't pay it. One say we ain't doing it, and that is the problem in this country. The people are contributing to the destruction of this country. The people are contributing to allow the government to do what they want, when they want, how they want. We have rights. We as citizens, and when we do not agree to something, we have a right to protest. Protesting is not against the law. But one person can protest, everybody has to protest. And everybody will take the easy way out and run and make it. That's what the PLM doing what they're doing, Because whatever they want to do, the people that allow them to do it. You understand? All you're fighting for nothing, nothing at all, all you're doing nothing. And that is why we have to go on as we go in. All what happened for the past 9 years is the people that be blamed. You understand? Everybody coward. If they go take my house, they go take my this. What the hell they can take 100,000 people go out there and nobody carry a cent for them? So just so they go take your house? We can have the court, so we have the people council for. If they work so, people have to stop being big cowards. You understand? They have to stop giving the PLM the power. Yeah, and we refuse to unite and fight. So that is why we have to go on and let him and them do what they want. And I said the people all here who talking about all here on the fence and all here this and that. You know, you see what going on? You see what going on? And a couple months before the election. And this is smoke to what they will continue to do. They hate the people, they like the people, they disrespect the people. They're giving the people nothing, and what the people work hard and try to achieve for themselves, they're taking it away from that. Or nobody don't have to tell all you know. All you is seeing what is going on. This government is a destructive government. They want to take away everything from everybody. You must have nothing. Or you must have nothing. As Central say, PNM, nothing. You understand? Or you can't pull your eyes and see for yourself and do something. You never do something. And all I understand yesterday watching, I was so mad when I saw what they did to those people in Bagatelle. I was so upset when I saw what they were doing to that man with his 14,000 chickens. And what? What of them doing people thing. They have more money than they can spend. You think them want to know what's the price of manager? You think them have to know what's the price of a chicken? The man say he needs eggs, Christmas coming, and all you're going to tell me I have to relocate to where? And again, it's all because the people would not stand up and unite and fight. All you like it so, yeah. But all you go on. As I said, let me tell you, Andy, the fact of the matter is, right now, each person in this country can sit down and have a conversation. They used to say when you're talking to yourself, you're mad. Well, okay, let everybody go mad. Have a conversation with yourself one-on-one. You alone talk and ask yourself questions and answer. Ask yourself questions and answer. Ask yourself, how is my life? How is my life? How am I living? Do I have enough money to buy food, to buy clothes, to live comfortable? Do I have enough money that if I have a pain or something, I could go up in Sinclair or somewhere and get attended to? Do I have money to buy medicine? Do I have enough money to put gas in my car? When I get paid, how long I hear a man say he getting paid Friday and by Monday he has no money? Ask all yourself questions. I have to wait until Andy say and Mikey say and Brooks say and thing, you know. Ask yourself how you're living. Ask yourself how you're living, if you want to continue living so, or if you want to do better. It's the privileged ones, they may have to ask themselves nothing. Because they have millions and they're looking for more millions and they're looking to make confusion and to make life harder. Them is the people intimidated. But the ones you ask yourself, how is your life? How is your family life? How much money you have? How you're living, if you're comfortable, and if you want to live better. And if you answer your questions, and I'm sure the amount of people I hear complaining, if you ask yourself the question and you answer the question, then you would know you have to come out there and vote for the UNC. It is the only solution. We don't have no police to help you. We don't have the judiciary to help you. We don't have the church to help you. We don't have the ombudsman to help you. We have nobody in authority, in no institution in this country to help and stand up for the rights of the people and what is right in the country. We have nobody. They are all controlled by the PLM, which is demonic. You understand? So when you have these people that are such a yes man and yes woman controlling everything in this land, we will get nothing. We will get is like what the people in Bagatelle get and all the man with the chickens getting. In Ireland, they're going to take away pension. You look at this government. I have never seen a government. All they want to do is take from the people and put pressure on the people. Look at the schools. Gatsby Dolly had 2 months. All that Gatsby Dolly doing is having hair in black and blue and green and purple. All she doing and they're going all everything and see the conditions of the school. All the 6-year-old bridge last week. This week the bridge are pothole and all kind of thing. Oh, you don't seeing that? Oh, you want that to continue? Nobody don't have to tell all you know, all they living on the moon. But let me tell you all this now. Decide. And you see this party and that party and the other party. And I said, let me go. And the thing is this, Gary Griffith, everybody like Gary Griffith because they saw he was a performer, whatever it is. But the thing about it is, Gary Griffith is one person We come in with a party with 40 of them behind me to do. We ain't supporting that. Where were these people? The farm breaking down. Real people losing their job, people losing their life, people can't get anything. Where were all these people who come in and want to ask for the vote for them? Where were they? You understand? So the people, let me get serious. Let me get serious. This country has to be fixed. The only way it can be fixed is by the people. And the people have to know, they have to come out, they no shushing or hiding behind no door, People have to come out and put the X by the rising sun. We have seen the performance of Thomas before the session in the past. So she has a track record. We know what she can do and what she will do. She ain't just talking and saying, making empty promises. She is going to do what she has to do with the help of the people. So people, let me tell you this now. It's going from bad to worse. It's going from the next thing for them to do is a security. You understand? We want to live better. We want to live. And we want to live better. And we the people, as we tell them a million times, I don't know what's wrong with the people in this country. We the people have to unite and fight and fix this. And the blessings, Andy, you know, sometimes people say it takes so long, but there's so much wrong thing in this country. You can talk for the whole week. You can talk for the whole week and you still won't cover everything. You understand? Setting. But thank God for the ground report. Thank God for Mikey, LENNOX, and Andy. And thank God for the people with sense who call this program. Yeah, because it's the only way we can vent and hope that the people who are not thinking will get a message to think. You understand? So Andy, I'll keep up the good work. People will continue calling, continue talking, and you know, well, we have to fight. We have to fight. Blessings.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. Ms. Roadbrook. Thank you so much. Right. Let me call my partner, the clarion caller. Yes. You know, long we got a question I was ask him. I just want him to tell me he's the man because plenty foreigners want to come Trinidad, but they want to make sure they're spiritually clean. I don't know. People tell me how the clarion caller, he's the man that had the remedy. So I don't know what the remedy they to hit Rowley. I want to hit Rowley Obia. I want to stop give him a stroke in the throat. Yeah, he must get a stroke on the tongue. The tongue, he must be able to talk. May I want him to be passed away. No. I want him to get a stroke in the tongue, Rowley. Yeah. So everybody, when somebody call me, I don't know. But you know it's always good to ask because they call on the program about 4 people. They call on the program here, they say, well, the man that had the remedy for all the foreigners to make sure when they cross that water, that the little jumbie ain't go with them and the family, they say tabakita of it. So I don't know again, only I don't know. But people continue to call me asking me if it is I can get in contact with him if he had the remedy. And I don't all want a little remedy. I just want Rowley get stroke on the tongue. Yeah. A pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Believe in the Creator. I'm not sure religion. I don't wish anybody.
He's breaking up, man. He's breaking up.
You're breaking up, boy?
All that spirituality and he can't come in clear. Come on, man. Somebody hit you in that spirituality, man. You're not coming in clear.
Fuck, you breaking up. Go again. Let me try again, Tabaki.
That's how powerful this program is. People say their prayers before they start to log on, you know. So when you see deceitfulness, the spirit of deceitfulness try to get in, it will be blocked. It will be blocked.
No. Hello?
Right. I think we hear you better now. Go ahead.
Good morning to the program, Michael Pearl, LENNOX Smith, and Andy Williams. You all getting me clearly now?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, my friend. Loud and clear.
My brother, let the spirit use you.
Let me say something and I'm going to move to my contribution. As someone who believes just in the Creator, I don't wish nobody sickness. So with that, let me move on. I want to say this. Growing up in Tabakit, my grandmother, which was Drusilla Lapocard Adelpes, she used to tell us never cut down a bearing tree. She used to tell us it's the worst thing the worst atrocity you could commit on planet Earth. And I'm a sad man this morning, I'll tell you why. Approximately 2 weeks ago, we had the biggest agro expo in Queen's Park, Savannah. And my dear friend Kazim Hussein, look, Kazim, I know that I call you Haji because you run to Mecca. And I would like to know, as a spiritual man, the highest when you go to Mecca and you get that name Haji. Oh God, Haji, tell us this morning how you feeling to know that they went and bulldoze during Pope Haji. Yes, I'm telling you, Haji, this morning. It is so sad. Imagine we talking about having programs with Foster Cummings, with young people to come out at time and have a party and you will give 2 acres and you'll be giving a 40,000 all this thing. And what I saw in Digger Martin yesterday, Haji, Foster Cummings, you have young people, you have the elders, you're saying to feed the nation. You're asking us how to diversify the economy. And what I saw yesterday in Diego Martin, let me call you out again, Haji Kazim Hussein, the Minister of Agriculture, talk to Tabakit Haji Kazim. That is modern life. Makite, to find words to describe what I saw in the American. You let me ask, a playing field is greater than food to put food on people's table. So are you telling me to build a play park? Which one is better to feed the nation, to feed hungry man? And I'm now saying a play park for young people to go and shoot down one another on the park. And yet still, agriculture, we treated it as the bastard child. Let me repeat, my friend Haji.
Is he there?
Minister Haji, this is you, Mikey K, Lennox, and Andy. It is a Saturday in Trinidad and Tobago when a billion in Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy. Mikey, morning to you.
Yes. Good morning, my brother. Loud and clear?
Yes, loud and clear.
Morning to you, Lennox Smith. Morning to our technical director. First of all, I want to commend my brother, my co-host, Andy Williams, for an excellent job yesterday. Excellent job, ball by ball. Excellent job, Andy. That is the kind of, versatility. That is what we're talking about from the ground report. Pure talent, pure energy. Hats off to you this morning, my brother. You did it like David Murray on 80 News, like CNN. You gave us ball by ball. But it's a bittersweet morning on this topic. Because I'll be honest with you, this is me. I just always tell people if you ain't like the right one, then kiss the left one and make it jealous. But what Tabakit is talking about and spirituality and Haji, this has nothing to do with anyone's belief or anyone's religion. We are living in a country where it seems as though telling the truth is foreign. And we cannot hold Rowley accountable for lying when we stick our own heads in the sand and we lie to each other. What I saw yesterday was a man who returned to his hometown to assist people who had turned their backs on him. I don't care who vexed. Andy Williams, so let me be more specific. Andy Murchison Williams, again, already full name, stood for that community, a fighter for that community. But them hard-headed people didn't want to hear. Listen, man, my heart don't go out for those people at all. Who vexed, that is your business. I am just happy that my friend went, he highlighted that, and my brother came out of there safely. Because those people don't deserve to have Andy Williams at all up there. They don't deserve that. I don't care who called and who won, that's the business. I wish the police had a flame-throwing squad where they could just stand up and burn all them crops. All of a sudden it's local this and local that. That was PNM people. We in election mode. You can with all your spirituality and your ism and schisms, but I am not going to lie. Those people are feeling the consequences of their own actions. They love the PNM. They embrace the PNM. They hog up the PNM. So what do you expect? To mount a lion and at the end of the day, you find yourself in some difficulty? I mean, come on. They should have light a flame, throw to that and burn up everything. And as a matter of fact, they should have had the contractor ready to start paving one time. What the hell is Bagatelle? But never liked nothing good. They never wanted anything good for themselves. A man went back after you reject him, after you push him aside. When he came to do the best, he warned you. He was like the tongue crier back in the days. I'm warning you, trouble is coming. He told you that. You didn't want to listen. Now you're crying over some crops and you want to grow and you want to, look, man, go somewhere with that. Rowley and them right. What make Rowley and them feel they could do that? Because they've been getting away with it for years. It's the PNM. It's the same party that the people of them love. It's the same party the people would tell them that they live and they go die that. That is them people who say that. You can't feel sorry for them. We're calling on Rowley for. We're calling on Kazim Hussein for what? For what reason? Eh? Look, man, I think we should move on to things that matter the most. We in election mode and we can't carry everybody. We can't carry everybody. It have a percentage of them who just simply don't learn. And they only know that we exist when they find themselves in problems with the same government that they love, the same government that they vote for, the same government that created generational suffering. Mommy suffer, granny suffer, daddy suffer, uncle, auntie, all of them suffer. And they never one day broke that cycle. But yesterday, all their dreams and aspirations in farming was broken in one swoosh, just like that. All the love you gave the PNM, they didn't blink twice. And then they come in to tell you they was negotiating with all for 4 years. But I up to all could have a meeting and discuss that. But at the end of the day, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, the political leader of the United National Congress and the opposition leader of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, has placed the UNC on election footing. Are you out there walking? Are you ready? Because I want to live better.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So don't forget the lines are open. The lines are open. The numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Okay, my WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open.
And just for clarity, was it
not one of them cheap buy glasses? We just call it reading glasses. Boy, that and all in walking, boy. You think hot and all my head? You think it blurry still? Man, I don't know, boy.
Andy, just for clarity.
Lennox, let's get some kind of good alright glasses, boy. Wait. At least not the real one where I pay thousands of dollars for the cheap one. Be quiet, buy one and the thing still walking good.
Well, there are different, should I say, energy. There are different sizes, if you want to call that, in terms of so you may have had one that was too strong for your eyes. But there are reading glasses that I suppose you could
Listen,
substitute.
All right.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind, Len. 1 minute is lawyer, now you're playing doctor. Come the man. Let the man go by the optometrist and fix that.
I talking from experience. Experience is the best teacher.
And show who.
Yeah, but
show who.
Andy, what I want to find out from you is did you was that area that you represented some time ago, and in what year?
Yes. I represented the Gomartin Northeast in 2007, I think, elections.
Yes, 2007, and you did represent. You did under what ticket? Under what ticket? Under what?
Under the UNC.
Under the UNC.
Yeah, that years.
All right, so you did, because I know there are some people who are saying that Andy doesn't have the experience, etc. So I thought I should bring out that to show that when you're going for Grandy, you also have the experience of having contested an election for and on behalf of the UNC as well. I know that same year I contested as well for the first time in the Laventille area. So, and we have the same kind of what I consider to be persons who are diehard for destruction. So I think Mikey would have put things in perspective, harsh as it may have sounded, but the fact of the matter is that these people are totally recalcitrant and suicidal, politically that is, and they should now be contemplating something
But in
different
this
now.
change, I was somewhere down there and I changed it. I have plenty of them down there changing.
Yeah,
but
not sufficient. Not sufficient to make a change. Not sufficient to make a paradigm shift, and that is what important here. Yeah.
Stop loving who cannot be loved, no man. Stop trying to love who cannot be loved. What is family, cousin, pumpkin vine? You have to leave them. There's no life raft for them. There's no life vest. There's no jacket. Sorry, we are on this boat. If you had to watch you drown, so be it. But we have to move on. We have a country to save. Those are the consequences when you play with the tiger, when you play with trouble. That's what you get. You can't mount the PNM horse and don't expect to be thrown off. And you love them, and you need them, and you go be them until you die. Well, all right. I again say take a flamethrower and burn down the whole thing. And let the contractor who had to pave, let him be on the spot one time and pave that. In a week time, they will forget to study them.
Yeah. And what they say they wanted the land for?
To put I think tennis court and
Kappa. Well, you could say that is equal to a slush fund. That is a pay the boys to complete Balize House and to get the election machinery going. So they would sacrifice, of course, the people there in order to do that because they are so gullible. They seem to be gullible. They are a voter bank for the PNM. So that much I am convinced of.
I am certain that in the legislation for the property tax, there's going to be something there dealing with squatters, where it is that the government could reclaim the land from the squatters, put them wherever, and start developing it for, of course, what middle class they are going to create. They are going to create their own communities where they have their public servants and everybody at their beck and call. And Bagatelle is maybe one of the places that are earmarked. So today the crops, tomorrow the houses, and then the next day they go on and people move in. That's all. Why should we shed a tear for that? Why should we? Our plan is to save this country. The PNM plan is to get their own people out. That's two different plans. So why should I focus on that? Saving the country. Like PNM business, them get tapped in the own thing, They get tapped in the party that they say they will be until they die. So let them stay with that. I want to live better.
Oh boy, man.
It's no laughing matter. Those are serious issues that we have to take on board. And the people themselves must now do some introspection and understand that it is suicidal to be on the PNM train, on the PNM carriageway, and don't suffer the consequences as they have. And that they are going to expect them to vote for them still, Watch and see.
Not one of them yesterday say, Andy Pitbull, how fast you can get the ground report up here, boy. We could lay here, have tent, what have you. It have a number that the PRO and UNC give out. You can bring up some application, UNC application. I see they had New Jerseys, and not one of them had any conversation with Andy about the thing concerning the UNC being part of it, saving this country. Them was vexed. And if he didn't go up there, they don't want to play the injecting needles in him. Andy, look at you now, boy. You turn your back on we, Andy. Look how long they turn the back on Andy. Look how long they turn the back on Andy. He was knocking from door to door, pillar to post. They come in, and now today all is suffering the same problems that he was telling all you about. So he was lose sleep over that. Man, get a flamethrower and throwing up them.
And those who were not subjected to what transpired yesterday, meaning that they were regularized, was it appearance of Kamala Prasad Bissessa physically down there to assist them in the regularization under the squatter regularization? I seem to vaguely remember or take a note of that, but you have been in this situation. Could you enlighten us?
Lennox, that ship has sailed.
Andy, was Kamala Prasad
don't have
Bissessa
to be
down
man
there?
head over that now, boy. Don't have to be man head over that now. Everybody could have go down there, even they would have still voted.
Play a role in truth. Ms. Bissessa did play a role because people were
Thank you very much.
Maybe listening and maybe saying, well, Kamala may not do nothing for them or never did anything for them or if it go. But she played a major role. She, Annabelle Davis, and many others, John Humphrey, and many other UNC people, including Basil Pandey, the Pandey administration, come straight back up to Kamala Prasad Bissessa UNC administration, played a heavy role in legalization.
Those who have would not have been a victim now, but they have been regularized, and therefore under okay.
The UNC will have been developing there now to that extent. Is the UNC.
Well, all right. And you're right, Andy. And that is the core of this entire conversation. The UNC were the people who wanted to build them up and develop them. And now here comes the PNM to mash them down. Yeah. All right. And we have been living that for so many years now. Bagatelle is no special place. They face the consequences of all their actions. These are the same people who telling the children, don't go out there and get crying, don't get tied up in this. But you know, once they get tired, there's consequences. You are adults, you're grown people. You saddle the wrong horse. And now that they throw you off, you're crying. Yes, UNC was trying to build them up. And now the PNM come and mash them down. So be it. Story in. Who's on the outside?
So I want East Port of Spain, Lavatel, Beetham, and so on to take note. That's all. Mikey is so correct. Those are the realities when you play with fire. And fire burns.
Right. The lines are open. The numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or send us your WhatsApp voice notes or give us a WhatsApp call.
And that goes for other parts of Diego Martin as well.
366-3053. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning, Silver Fox here.
Good morning.
Andy, how they make up the bed is so they go lie down on it. And right now they lie down on it, how they make up the bed. The thing, what you choose in life will be always there. It's either to haunt you or be good for you. I want to tell you something. I am so proud to hear Tobigonian saying they do a PNM again. The old, the young, all kind of things, saying they don't want to do a PNM again. Tobigonian stand from them. Here what I want to ask Trinidadians now. Now you're hungry. You're hungry. And somebody has to tell you who to vote for? Huh? Ask for yourself. If you're really you're sticking a word or something, you're hungry. You don't have nothing. You can't send a child to school. You don't have water. You don't have good road. Everything closing down on you. Everything shutting down on you. And you're still asking who to vote for? Huh? It's better to take all of you put all in St. Hospital like you're not sensible. UNC is what you have to vote for. Huh? You know that, and what they don't even want to campaign and win the election because you're suffering you. He keeping us hungry.
Your brother will be an enemy. And let me tell you something. This is racing. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about this silver fox, right? Because this silver fox, like a nice little Indian lady, a kind of black man, right? Let me go the run road, right? Right now, we are in election mode. We are in election mode, and let us campaign for the UNC. UNC is the Trinidad and Tobago. Stop all your nonsense. So don't even think about Gary Griffith. Don't even think about Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith, no, I don't even think about him. Right? Camilla could win this alone if I would give her all your support. Give her all your support. Watch yourself in the mirror and see how you look. I want to look better next time. Thank you.
Yes, but we have advice from Tobago. Who's on the outside?
If we don't have another caller yet, Andy, was there any talk of compensation of any kind for the farmers? I mean, there were existing crops that were awaiting harvesting. Was there any kind of compensation from what you gleaned yesterday? Andy?
Yes, there was at loggerhead now. At the end of the day, there was in talks with the cut and the government and all those various things, right? What I was telling the government was supposed to, but now it's only an acre and a half, 2 acres, about 2 acres, 3 acres. You could say the government that agreed to give them back 4 acres of land, right? They don't show them where they're going. Which way they're going, it have no road access, it have no water, nothing is where they're sending the people. So the people tell them, well, it is. Organize and put everything in place, because if only want the land for public purposes, organize, put everything in place first before you and we will move. So they end up on loggerhead on that, because the people have the water tanks on that land there, the people and them are the things, so they're saying, well, here it is. Prep we make sure it had the lights, the electricity, the water, the everything first, and then let me have a move across. The government just telling them, hey, move, and I telling you that land not what they're doing there. Well, we got taken, that not going and happen no time soon, you know.
So there is no
not going to happen no time soon. While them crops and them the time to grow and to think. Not only that, there are some this thing where they deal with cancer, where everybody's looking for it, very expensive and they can't get it.
Ginger? Ginger these days is very expensive. Ginger, I see some ginger plants that the cameraman will walk into.
Hold on, wait this, Andy, wait this.
The fruit where they suffer cancer now, with it chucky green and it has some spikes on it.
Noni, is it noni or something?
Nah, soursop. I think it's soursop they call it.
Soursop, yes, soursop, yeah. But there's no monetary, Andy, no monetary compensation. You talk about a land swap, obviously. They don't want to do the infrastructure, but no monetary, because I mean crops were full and ripe and ready for harvesting.
Well, now that they're putting for that, they didn't get that. But what we will do is I will organize and get the phone number for the people, and tomorrow, please God, we will always give them that interview. Yeah. Because those people there on the whole do support the UNC at the end of the day, and I believe that might be why.
Which people?
There might be, yeah, the farmers there, Mikey K. Those Thomas, I went to school with one Avolino Thomas. He was a national cricketer for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Them don't support them. I watched it as because they do maybe don't support PNM or if they go.
And what consultation they had? They had any consultation with them? Andy?
If they had any
consultation, they sat down and had consultations.
That is what I'm saying. Let me organize and put an interview for tomorrow. Please go.
All right. Let's hear them. Let's hear them. I set and ready for them. Bring them. In election mode. Bring them, man.
You'll get to hear all what was offered, all what is going on, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago will get to actually have an idea of all what it is really going on there. But I believe it's victimization. I believe it's a victimization.
Well, let me just tell you. I sent you the government's reply based on the work that you did yesterday. The government sent out a video from one of the executives from the General Council, who was the former chairman of the Tunapuna Piarco Regional Corporation. So they sent it out based on the actions yesterday. So you can play it if you like, so we can hear
I'm
the
not trying to do.
government's
The
version.
director,
Yeah,
no, trying to put that in place.
right. Let's hear the
I'll switch him
government's let's hear the government's version, and let's hear the people. If tomorrow, let's hear their version of this story and see what adds up and what does not. Who's lying, who's not lying. But we'll hear it. So if you get it lined up, please put it on.
Yes. For matter of fact, I'll try to see if I can get the people and all one time because it's now 8 o'clock while the program going on. So let me try to get the government's version.
My initial response,
Right,
of course.
So we'll take a call by the time, though. We'll take a call by
At
the time.
this
Morning
time.
caller.
Oh, you have a call?
Yes, go
Good
ahead.
morning.
Go ahead. What? Yeah, we have a caller now. Just
Good morning.
Gentlemen, I will try to make sense out of nonsense, to try to come to terms to understand Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I'm trying to do some little surveys around the world to find out where in the world country and government would characterize sport in front of food. You come and you decide here what? You open a processing plant down in Maruga. When you open a processing plant, they had a man selling snow cone down there. The man come with a cooler with shave ice and a little snow cone machine with some syrup and things. You know, he pay for the snow cone and get free and Bass and Baran. Who of them buy one snow cone? Probably they get free. You know that man till they all know with that cooler, with that box of ice, they waited for next sale. Ice get hard in the box. Syrup get fungus, to turn into wine. And he's still waiting there to sell our next snow cone. And that is the mentality of what CNM have been doing for this country. They come now and they decide to bulldoze on and all them trucks and all that down the Martin to put some port facility over there. When you go around this country, every corner you pass, just like how you see Chinese restaurants, you seen put cricket ground, play park and all this kind of thing. Full of grass and then ruin. Kept play football. It's not the fight stadium with a bill. What is the situation with that? They didn't have the Lara, they abandoned Guadalajara Park, they abandoned Paletico Velodrome. Anywhere you go in this country, you have billions and billions of dollars in sport facilities just laying abandoned. No care, no priority or anything. But now they come down and destroying, producing crops where little ginger is $50 a pound. I want to boil a little ginger tea. I say, see me, I gotta get this extra punch instead and suck a lime or something instead of getting some ginger and boiling some give me a little cool and thing out to my throat. And this is where we are in this country. When a government and a prime minister can decide here what I choose to get food where a man could not be working. He could do what he wants anything. If he come home and here have food, that's front human being. If you could be the best parent, you could see your children them watching them with their eye wide open. Their mouth white like them young couple put at them. And they're hungry. And you have nothing to feed. You can think logically. So anything comes to your mind, that's how you're gonna be responding. And that is where this man have this country in today. And people still considering we should vote for Rowley, we should vote for PRM. Let me tell you something. I come from a real poor upbringing. But I live 10 by 10, 6 about this to see but I'm mattress on the ground and all this kind of thing. I never turned to any kind of criminal element or never was total into that because the parents that make sure say, hey, let me tell you something. The father is always saying, if ever I had to make a jail, there'll be a jail for anyone of all these children if they cannot do any wrong. Because he ain't going to kill nobody. He kills that out. All you're doing wrong in your own house. So we never get regular. We would make ourselves comfortable. But I see the work like a dog, like a old bison. Anything you can think about that, you would go in the back and plant and make sure to walk in the back and pick up something and cook and mind duck and goat and cat and pig and all kind of things. We never out of feeding in we belly full. We might wear shoes, we have a penny and so on until it come like one of them them time you want them with the pull up the two. Because it's corn in your foot. But you have to wear it. Yeah. It's strong still. And we control that. Fortunately, you know, I used to be that comfortable in life. I must say I'm comfortable. I could not say anything or participate in anything in this country. But again, I was fortunate enough to do some travels around the Caribbean, all over the world and all this kind of thing. And the problem I have now, I don't want to jump in the morning and move my mouth. I don't want to worry about nothing in this country. But you're on well taken care of, well educated and all this kind of thing. And we live in decent country. But when I travel and I see what we should be enjoying in this country, kind of revenue and finances this country have. So what other countries where there's no poverty stricken and it's a struggle for government to try to make the people comfortable in those countries, and they're still doing it. They're going all out to try to make them comfortable. And what we are getting here, as a city, comparison of resources and wealth compared to no resources and no wealth, and the vast difference these places that have compared to Trinidad and Tobago. The infrastructure much more better. The quality of life much more better. And from the time you pass Charlie Bridge and you drive into down south side here, and you see the condition of this country, the roads and how the places. To be a prime minister, you want to be a simple, disgraceful man. If you drive from San Bernardino to Mayaro in Aparima Mayaro Road, and you see the condition on that road, as a prime minister, you want to be a disgrace. That is one of the first roads that was built in Trinidad and Tobago that identified San Bernardino and Mayaro, the Naparima Mayaro Road. And you see that road. Anybody who governs in this country and the city and the prime minister of this country. When you pass through Williamsville and Reform Road and all kind of things, and you see the condition of these roads and things, you want to know who it is really governing this country. When you check out the resources that is spending in Port and Spain, that area, Trinidad, compared to the whole rest of Trinidad and Tobago. You can spend millions to spend in the Red House, millions to spend in Solmaya Castle. President House, millions to spend it. Then you can build and millions health, health. What it is really going on in this country? And I could not say nothing. Me, I have to point out this to nobody and all this kind of thing. But I know how much more better this place could be. How much more comfortable people. Look, every place you go, driving out town, every two corner you pass, you see a stall, somebody selling something. They're planting their own stuff something and they're selling it side the road. Now, if we had somebody with vision in this country, they do so and say, hey, here what? I really going to help the farming community in this country. I'm going to now and put up processing plants in this country so that if everybody planting tomatoes, when you see they come, I could buy out all the tomatoes and we wouldn't be importing things like ketchup and these kind of things. Look at our mango season in this country. We could supply half of the world with mango in Trinidad and Tobago. When you pass to see under the mango tree, full of mango just rotting and ripening out of all the they're making leather and all these kind of things with mango. So this man can do anything else. That's what we do. God and one baggage company. When you go in Target and Walmart and things, it have these things like 100 selling all kind of 10 US and all this kind of thing. How much money are we gonna sell in this country to make some money? To make Trinidad a better place. And when you try to analyze this whole scenario and you realize that here what the people who do support the PNM do want to better for themselves. They want to sit down and boil in Belgium and sing ghetto music, and that is their lifestyle. So the people who really want a betterment for this country have to be the ones that put the differences aside and really decide if it is all you want to live in here, or you want to live in a place where you get up in the morning and then somebody comes with some kind of demand, they want money from you, they want to kidnap your children or something like that.
Yeah.
And then decide, yeah, what? I want to turn to something, law to protect me. And if you have a law that cannot protect you, that is when you realize that you reach the worst place that you could ever exist in your life. Once you see the law in a country cannot protect the law-abiding, then you're living in an act. And don't blame the law for that. Gotta blame the governance for it. And once we could come to terms that here was 9 years of governance by just Mr. Rowley here, and the PNM has failed.
All right, Paula, you're coming in and out. But if we could get the lines. All right, thanks a lot, Nicola. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well,
I know
what we're
folks
gonna
trying to
do,
get on the inside too.
what we're gonna do now, Mikey K, Lennox Smith, and the over nearly 700 of you right here on Real Media TT, Facebook, YouTube, and the hundreds of you on the Corridor Transformation, YouTube, and Love Lab Until on Facebook, and on the Workers' Rights platform. If we just go and refresh your memory, firstly, let's play what the government say, and then you will understand what went on yesterday. Please go. So let's hear what Mikey K sent for us, which is the government response to yesterday. And many of you who didn't see yesterday, gonna get the opportunity to see what took place yesterday. So let's hear what we should do first, Mikey. The government response or what went on yesterday? Everybody, I wonder if you hear me.
Well, we would have had a verbal narrative on it already in terms of what transpired. So let's get the government response. Yeah, and then
let's get the government response, and then we'll hear that from the
I
people.
agree with that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You might have seen the viral video of crops being bulldozed in Bagatelle. Let's cut the long talk and get to the ABCs of this development. A. The farmers were offered compensation 1-to-1 for the land that they were illegally occupying in Diego Martin, meaning if they were on 1 acre of land, they were given an offer of 1 acre plus compensation for their crops in Tucker Valley. So the farmers were given the option, and this negotiation started 4 years ago in 2020. B. The community needs more open space. This is a part of a greater plan to develop Diego Martin. Phase 1 of this plan included the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. And since then, some of these very persons who are today posting these viral videos have been arguing for the community to get more open space. So the government used the option of land that is legally theirs to open up community spaces for the residents of Diego Martin. And it includes 2 hardcourt spaces, an open recreation ground, a children's play park, and toilet facilities. So this project is taking land away from 3 persons that legally belongs to the state, giving these persons land in Tucker Valley and providing opportunities for recreational enjoyment for the greater community of Diego Martin. C. The state used land that is legally theirs. You see, some planners might argue it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. But in this instance, the state chose to use land that is legally theirs, occupied by 3 individuals.
Why, Mikey, and that is not the state lose that land, what is legally them own, long time. Mikey K, those people by law, Lennox Ministers do law. It have lawyers listening. Those people on that land, they're over 60-something, 70 years. I am 47. I run in that land as a little boy. We meant to have something called with private land after 16 years. The land automatically becomes the owner of the person who have been occupying it. How the land become illegally, those people that is illegal and illegally there, and the state, the state lost that land a long time. That the state lost that land since I live in the go Bagatelle.
All right.
I 60 something years, you know.
I know the space, you know, Andy. I know the space. I mean, you know that I know the space.
So is he not lying to the public by saying that that the land is not is illegal? The illegal there and the illegally theirs and illegally the people. Let me.
We have it on record. So that's why we playing it, man. Let's hear it. Go ahead.
Lion boy. Hey. And land where people think legally become them on. How much of them contractors them are state land? And after 20, 30 years, it legally become them on.
All right.
To allow a greater community to benefit from state resources. These individuals by no way will advantage. They are going to be placed in Tupper Valley if they accept and compensated for all their crops. I also see as part of these viral videos that the government is destroying these crops. This is also not true. The crops that were ready for harvest were harvested and given to these individuals where they can access it and sell it tomorrow.
All right. Wicked PLM government. That some of the people within the area love them, but this wicked PLM government, again by all rights, the Thomases and them have all rights to this land here. Not now. As a little boy and I'm 47. What's all them trying to something about? And to give what? To give what politician? To give what politician, what MP, what minister want access to this land? Yes, agriculture is a situation, food security is a very, very serious situation. Yet still, these people have been here years in the village know these people. When they come out to bring the crops, they're willing to get the villagers the crops. The police them don't want the villagers to get the crops. They rather mash up the avocado, mash up everything. They rather just mash up everything. Where's the MP for the area? We have 3 powerful people. Well, 2. The next one is nobody, we don't know his name. We have the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. We have Collins Emsworth, the Finance Minister. And these are the MPs for this area. And you telling me they may reach here yet? You telling me this going on and them may know nothing? This is wrong. At the end of the day, they have all rights to this property over 40-something, 50 years. And if it's anything and they want it for public purposes, where is the paper? What is the public purpose they need this land for? What is the public purpose and need the land for? Come on now, man. So Trinidad and Tobago, let me think. This government, I was a PNM. PNM don't like their own. Their lives no body. Understand that. So take a look. PNM for we again. And they ain't done enough. Come on, see what else that come back to mash up. That'll finish mash up all of that. Come and see what is that. I don't finish mash up all of that. Damn it. Look at God. The mother gave them it. Look at God. There's 50 something. They are all right. Look at blood, sweat, and tears. Look at here. They don't kiss all of them. That can ever be right. What about this is right? You want to let me know what we are about. Let me stand up for people and get in there. It's either them gate or the 1% here. Them here 50 something, 60 years. The 1% and then they here long. So who we gonna get to? Who they gonna give it to? Man, we go come back with a lady. Yo. This is the owners. Yeah.
They say they can't go in there, they put the lock and chain, they say they can't go in there. They put it up. What some kind of thing for the youths, you know, that we're going on. And don't listen to these people.
The land, only get any kind of notice or any kind of
on Friday, we
notice. We never see nobody can come to that place.
So what notice you all got?
I put QUIT notice. Right away, right family.
All right, so no notice. The only notice you all get from you court.
It's Friday gone.
Friday.
On the gate.
On the gate.
Yes, on the gate.
On the gate.
That's it.
That's all. That's it now.
And then they just move it.
I'm moving.
They come in today and say different things.
And they run them up the street.
They come to see
This place belongs to you all. This doesn't belong to nobody. You come. Let the police have the people. Come everybody place. Everybody place. Cannot the devil. Watch the cops. Let's replace. They not it's 50 something years. Nobody stopping me from coming and replace. Wanna watch? Wanna watch the cops straight out the devil watch? Sweet peppers. What's his size? They're breaking it down. They somebody people pick the goods. They're doing somebody people pick the goods, boy. Look at the sweet pepper. Come, let me be replaced. Let the police off you. Be replaced. Hey. Couple, we out of a replay. They 20 something, 60 something, 50 something years. I was a boy. I 47. I know this little land, pumpkin and all kind of thing. Between me and you all, I used to come and well, thief, the pumpkin and go with it. And you'll be hungry, boy. I used to come and thief pumpkin here. Like big pumpkins with a barrow. The guy from my mother and them for me to eat, boy. I know this land good. It ain't no way for public purposes. I mean, it must have the right way to do this thing. It can never be done the way they're doing it, Trinidad and Tobago. Look at our goods, all it's seen for themselves. Come on now, man. Come on now, man. What are this? You telling me, but we can't come and replace? Let the police lock up everybody. Right, all? Let them lock up everybody. Well, look at goods. Let me cross. Let me cross. Let me cross. Cut goods. Full things. You don't see what the people reap the crops. Eh? Taking a back one, breaking down the people crops. Huh? Enough. Look what the back down do already. Look what the back down do. All these things. What kind of trees is these here?
So what's up?
On here. Soursop. Yeah. You guys see what the thing we say cancer?
Yeah, can.
Look at soursop trees. Trying to go and break down all these soursop trees too, you know.
Yeah.
How this can be right, boy? All this city spread. I tell you all this since I am the Williams, that little boy. I'm 47 now. I know this land here. And these people think in this land. Well, they say nobody can come on the land. They say stay thing the put chain. Well, let me lock me up. Go shoot the people I come on the land. Because I know the government all right. Or let that come and better paperwork than that, man. That come and better paperwork than that. What's other things that are planned here? What's other things that are planned here? Look, come a fig tree, look big. Look at my banana. What? Well established. Now what I hear? Let me touch you so. Ginger, right now ginger in market is $50 a pound. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. You gotta take this so you don't worry. The right thing is the right thing. That person, what person? Whatever you want to say, we can't come and real out. We can't come and who's stuff you don't come here real out. Look at them, who's that stuff we come from here real out? Yeah.
Go straight through. Let's go straight through there. That's up. Oh, but they can walk on top of it because they come and break it. Yeah, they come and break it up. So walk on top.
Papa said we cleaning up after. So he go come in and deal with it by cleaning up. Had the keys spent the week we had to reap. You have no until Friday. To do what he could do now. Oh, so all this stop them from at least let them yes.
But no one Friday.
I could let him with all issues here. He have no until Friday to pick all the crops, pick the gym, move out. I still gave me permission to remove it tank because I tell them today they them just move them shadow what them taking. I'm waiting you over there. But the happy power pending for that. Because public property was some. You know, the happy power will be until but after them all the water in that in them level of I can't think what I try to do. It's the most of the here. But the don't go and that you something to be. So then going back into the west. And you don't know until Friday. Here. All the stuff, but if the again for the pressure, so that we not on the left. I said, right? We can't over here because they take over. But the instruction done done already. The instruction done taken away. And some are coming from. I can't do the instruction. What other do? No. And the contractor to organize and we have some time to be able to clear about it. All right, just like this one, all right? But that's not stopping only from going to the port, see time junction, saying that is stopping only from doing that. Or they don't do all that do by the time. But for instance, we're going to be providing the pump, right? And take there, it's from like there. We look into right? Yeah. Fire, right? Or the but we're in Yes, well, that's how it went yesterday. Please God, that's how it went. All I heard what it is. People said that they didn't get no. All I get was a Friday on the gate. If it go and there was in negotiations, and there was in negotiations, and part of the negotiations was letting them know, well, whether it's Cavalry, whether it's this, the negotiation was only agree to give them 4 acres of land. Only agree to organize and prep and put the necessary things in place for the people to have a smooth transaction from the land, what is not the illegally on, the land that they technically is them own over a possession rights because they have been in possession of that same very land for 40, 50 something, 60 years. No different to the rest of all of you squatters out there that living on piece of land and all they over the 20 years and all that thing that nobody could just come and break all they just so. And the UNC put that in place. When it comes to the Squatters Regularization Act, they fall under the same thing too. The land is them own. Just like all of them who own the lands after the legal timing. The land is all their own. If a government want to get all their off of squatting land or land what belongs to them, they have to get all their off of it before all they make the possession act before they reach the level of the possession act of Trinidad and Tobago, where the land becomes your. No different to private. If Mikey can have a piece of land there, and he mining the business in the land, and a year pass, 2 years pass, 10, 20 years pass, Mikey K ain't come and tell none only nothing. On his private land. Mikey K can't come and break all the just so, you know. Only automatically because of all the years I am in possession of that land, and by law, that land is automatically your own. Lennox Smith is a lawyer. Well, Lennox Smith know a lot about the law. And if what I'm saying to you, all of you that are listening, that I'm wrong with what I'm saying, Lennox Smith will let me know that. And many of you are lawyers out there. Mikey can have an idea about land too. And if he and all know what I'm saying here and all, that I'm wrong, he and always say, Pitbull, you're wrong.
So the government is lying to you. Somebody.
Yes.
Yes. Adverse possession. It is called. That's the term for it legally. But but from the information coming out from the government side, it's clear that they acknowledge that, because here it is. They provided a land swap arrangement. Notice they say that they provided, of course, yes, a land for them in talk. So they acknowledge. But it's typical of this government to make it look as though the people are wrong, but the government is sympathetic and humane, and therefore provided them. No, they are entitled but they have to be part and parcel of it. What we didn't hear at all from the government side is that whether or not they would have provided the infrastructure in order to make the agricultural holding that they would have provided through the lands, whether they had provided the infrastructure, the access road, the water, etc. We didn't hear anything about that. But clearly that piece of government, what I consider to be overture, was merely to appease and to make themselves look good, but is really propaganda. And propaganda is not advertising. Advertising tells you the truth about a particular product. Otherwise you get no sale. But propaganda gives the government the elasticity to, of course, tell you a set of hogwash, a set of untruth and misinformation, just to appease the population so that they could stay where they are when the election is called, in order to continue to do us evil. No.
A fellow who sent the message that they Quincy, so who in the Tunapuna corporation they update so.
Used to be. Yeah, it used to be.
When I comments, I first comments, real partner.
And mind you, I am satisfied that is about election. That is about election slush fund acquisition. That is what that is about. Why the haste? Why all that haste? Why all that speed? And of course, and that is always associated with Foster coming. You don't know if he's coming or he's going. First is slippery. And I want to tell you this. When Andy went to test him, yes, we went to test him at La Hokata, claiming that a family of Andy wanted to get a contract. Wanted to get a contract, and he sent Andy. He tell Andy to let them drop the papers at MTS. You know what we learned? His company was also benefiting and acquiring and applied to MTS to get contract too. So he just sent the fool further, because no way anybody else could have gotten a contract, because his company would have been given priority. That is the kind of evil that we are dealing with, the kind of self-serving and the kind of corruption and the kind of corrupting individuals that are menacing us, purported to be government ministers, and all of the evil that we are seeing unveiling in Trinidad and Tobago today. That is what we have. So I am not surprised. That is a slush fund to try to finish Balize House and at the same time to get money for election. Basketball court what? Tennis court what?
Well, I must say, well, as the community leader down there stand up for them, right? The community leader down there stand up for them. Quincy did stand up there for them and let the contractor them know, hey, only get the people and them the opportunity to rip the thing. Well, you heard them there talking to me there saying, well, they will have by Friday, because he tell them, well, hey, get them until Friday to organize and clear up the little crops and this and that. And he also stated that if it is that by Friday they ain't get thing, he will organize and advocate where they could stay there a little more longer, how many more days they will need in order to get to organize and harvest their things and that kind of thing there. So again, let me say hats off to the community leader that at least use his influence to stop the police and to at least give the people a little leverage to be able to get their crops, right? And not the government thing, because everybody see the place was lock up while the bulldozing. But yet still, the message was the poly crops, they harvest the crops for them. If they harvest the crops for them, how come I can't tape or video bags, cockers bags the avocado,
or the peppers, the sweet peppers in particular. I mean, that was those sweet peppers were right. Yes.
I call it. Where's like the melangen? Melangen. I know that's melangen.
Or the sour stuff. How come there wasn't bags of sour stuff? Yeah.
Not only that, sour stuff is so needed in this country right now. When it comes to cancer and real people looking at that. You tell me in the arrangement, because the trees in them is not full-grown trees yet, right? They relocate them somewhere. All right. You telling me they can't organize like in Japan and them places and have a backhoe dig around those trees and transplant it with dirt where they could go back on the land and put back down the trees so those sour trees
not on
will
that.
not die?
PNM not on that. And that situation, Andy, gentlemen, reminds me of Farley's experience in Tobago with respect to the land for the extension of the airport. In Tobago, they tell them the same thing. And afterwards, it was eviction time, and they could do nothing about it. They didn't even give them time for them to be humanely transferring their worldly possession to the piece of land that was allocated for them. So all of that is propaganda, is old talk, is to appease the public, is to make it look as though they are humane and so on, and that they are not engaged, of course, in this nefarious, evil, diabolical act. But we know them, and therefore what they wanted to do is to make this situation die down. That's all. They wanted the pit bull off of there. They want the whole situation to be under their control with time, and then you will see, you'll hear nothing of it again, and then of course the people will be suffering for the rest of their lives. That's what happened there.
I like how you use Tobago, Mikey. I like how you use the Tobago point, whereby same land acquisition for public purposes, and all paperwork in Tobago, they say would have been together for the people of Tobago. How is a smooth transaction? How the people are wicked, how the government do this, government do that. And after the fact, people get to realize the government just organized, just talk the stupid talk, whatever, but they never implemented what it is they say would have do or promised to the people there.
That's right.
To the people
all know the suffering, all know that Tobago situation.
It's the same exact thing that went on there yesterday, please God. And this propaganda machine trying to clear the air of this wicked PNM government, whereby they organize and do all that. And then a press conference, press relief to say what? These people wicked, and look, the government shaking their hand and the illegal day and this and that, and all you will see a year from now, elections go come and go, and that whole promise to these people and their life and their livelihood for the 50 years that the people there, all you will see, they're still in the same situation, and Tucker Valley or wherever they're giving them will not no water, they will not no lights, they will never help back the people. Watch all you will see, and all these stupid people that want to continue to believe PNM and the propaganda machinery to try to, the easiest thing is to promise and they got. Ask your promise and yeah, we can do that. Hey, Pep.
Yeah.
Gratis PNM.
They become docile and they become condescending. Whilst, of course, their lives are disrupted forever.
All you will see for yourself a year from now, 2 years from now, all what that propaganda man Quincy come there.
They go fed up of that and throw them out.
All you will see that nothing that they say that I was doing for these people that they'll do. They ain't do it for the people in Tobago. They will do it for them there in Bagatelle. The quicker could have done it in Tobago because
all they want is the land. That's why they're talking
under pressure with Charlie and Duke on them. When they come to Bagatelle, they way, that them seat. They go Martin, that PNM. You feel them go and study them? Man, anyhow, Mikey, you could think there, only the lines open.
Yes.
I just propaganda. That is dirty stuff. The government never put nothing in place for the people for them. In place for the people.
And my brother, I must say hats off to you again. And Lennox, you are correct. Let me tell you what jumps out at me after hearing people, of course, weighing in on this issue. This thing about acting surprised, I'm surprised. It's been 9 years. And you're still surprised by the things that the PNM is doing, that this government is doing? It's 9 years. Well, you don't understand. You still surprised that they wipe out the middle class? You still surprised at the fact that people jump in your wall and invading your space and if anything, they compound it by stuffing out your life. Why everything all of a sudden is like, I'm going to do these.
Mikey, look how God is good. Look, Dana Suku calling, but besides, sir, look, the family members calling here. Look, you see, everybody look on. They said they want to call and clear the air on that stupid.
Come and clear the air. Come and clear the air. Clear the air. Clear the air, because we're in election mode, so the air has to be cleared.
Yeah. So trying to listen to the family members. The
Let's hear
lying. What they don't call the family member calling on WhatsApp, and we want to cut the call. Oh, better just call them back. Let me take this number. Let me take this number and call them back direct so we wouldn't get that cut. Right, but let me make sure that they are still. Let me make sure that they are still. A pleasant. Right. Turn down your volume. One of the Thomas.
Yeah, I would.
Right, move from the radio. So long as we get it clear, we can stay on this line. You're going to get me through the phone. Move from the radio. But you know, Thomas is a fella. I went to school with Trinidad and Tobago. That man is a national cricketer for we country. He and all he crops the sweet peppers. They have no thing. The things are getting my time to repeating. That wickedness for national player, by a man who represents the country nationally, by. And all in the Martin continue to like PNM. That's why they will continue to dig out all the iron, they go there. That's why I run from all there, Go ahead, Thomas. Move from the noise now.
Yeah. Right, you hear me clearly?
Yes,
yes.
Right.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Right, I just want to clear the air to let the general public know what is going on. And I have to go back into history. Right? My grandfather, as Andy, you would know him from a little boy, and his children and grandchildren cultivating that land there in Savannah Terrace number 2 from since the year 1972. He has been cultivating it with his children and grandchildren, right? My uncle yesterday, well, the world see what happened when they bulldoze all his crops. That is the only way the man know how to put food on the table, to send his children to school, and to provide for his family, right? We have been cultivating there since 1972. We abide by the law. We never put a dwelling house on the land, right? We only use it for agricultural purposes since 1972, right? You would know, Andy, from Bagatella up on the hill in Fort Palmas, all the way back to the Blue Basin waterfall was River Estate lands until they closed down River Estate. Everybody on that spot of land is squatting, every single person. The government of the day is not removing no household, but they want to remove us as the farmers, right? Where we providing food and feeding this nation from since 1972, right? It is unfair and unjust with what they are doing, right? And I want the public to know that there's a lot of corruption taking place concerning what they want to build up there in the land, because currently, and you would know, you born and grew up in that Bagatelle, and you know us. Currently, we cannot go into the stadium they build, which we know as Northern Savannah, the Diego Martin Recreational Ground. You and I and any young person cannot go and catch a ball and kick a ball anymore. It's locked up only for international events and also for local events. You and I cannot go there to take a little exercise as we are accustomed doing while growing up in Diego Martin, right? But now you want to hoodwink the people to tell them you're building basketball courts and tennis court and all this nonsense, while you're putting 3 to 4 family on the breadline, and tomorrow they don't know how they're going to provide for their families, right? This is unjust, and I want Trinidad and Tobago know. Think about it. There's a law in this land. When you occupy any land, whether it's state or private, for 16 years or more, it becomes yours. We have been there since 1972. Do the maths, that's 52 years. 52 years cultivating that land and abiding by the law. There is no dwelling house on that land. It is only used for agricultural purposes. People in the district will get jobs there. They will get produce. My uncle will ship their produce.
It's food. Food. We just get food.
Correct. The UDCOT is lying to the public by stating, and I want to come to that. The UDCOT is lying to the public and this nation by stating that we were compensated. Hear the ridiculous offer that they made to my uncle and my brother. They want to give them $11,000 a head to leave, right? And then give them that parcel of land and top up Valley. Yes.
Mikey, Lennox, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the way how that message came out yesterday by Quincy, you all will feel that these people was well compensated. Or they see the people crops, or they see how much of land, and they want to get them $11,000 a head.
Yes.
What boy?
That is what is going on. And besides that, my uncle and my brother, they went to
Yes. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Mikey, we are saying.
That's $11,000.
What Mikey
said? Per person.
Per person, so it's
okay, 11,000. All right. Okay.
So that 11 by 3. That 11 by 3. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
That is the ridiculous offer the UDCOT made to them. And on top of that, the 4 acres that they want to relocate them to in Tucker Valley, when you go to see, when they went to see,
hold on, my brother Thomas. Let the country know how much they offered 4 acres. But and the Quincy talking about they're going to get only back just an acre and a half. When he know that they offer only 4 acres, why would he use a press conference stating that is an acre and a half? You see how they stink? So how much they offer only? Tell the government, tell the
Andy,
people.
let him finish now. Andy, let him finish, please. Let him finish. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
When my uncle and my brother went to Tucker Valley to see the land, it is in latro, as we know the term latro meaning. It is in bamboo patches, mortel tree, big height. Look at the quality of land we have been cultivating since 1972. There is no water in Tucker Valley. There is no electricity. They have not bulldozed and plowed the land for us to start an agricultural program, to start back planting crops. So you're putting us back where we came from in 1972 when we cleared all the trees in the abandoned river estate back in 1972. My grandfather, and you would know him very well, and a man in the community. When he went up there, it only had one person living up there, a lady by the name of Miss Clever. She's dead, my grandfather is dead. And sorry to say, after what has happened yesterday, he's turning in his grave. He's turning in his grave to see what has happened to his children and grandchildren. My uncle is in a state because he do not know how he's going to provide for his family. This is the evil and the wickedness we have from this administration that is running this country. And I want Trinidad and Tobago see that you're promising to build sporting facilities what the people of Diego Martin cannot go into, cannot enter, cannot use. And you're trying to stop people from providing food, which we're suffering as a nation right now. Our import bill is so high. On one hand, you're telling the nation, plant, do agriculture, provide food. And in the next hand, you're taking it away. And shit.
You lost him?
Yeah. What up? Is he there?
You lost Andy? Well, frankly, gentlemen, that's a very harrowing story. And unfortunately or fortunately for us, it is not news. It is stereotypical. It is expected. That is how the PNM operates. And I drew the experience with Tobago merely to show a pattern of behavior that is contradictory to what they would have said, having regard to public relations gimmick narrative that came out, and of course we got hold of it. Mikey got hold of it and shared it with you as well. So again, you have a decision to make, whether you're in Martin, whether you are in Laventil, whether you are in Tonopuna, whether you are in Sandrigani, whether in Tobago, whether you are in Caroni, whether you are in Labrie, whether you're in Point Fortin. You have a choice to make. The PNM is toxic. It has weaponized government against the people, particularly poor and doctrine, and that the elitist policy and the avarice for accessing unmerited wealth, fame, fortune, and rubbing shoulders with shakers and movers in this society without making contributions. And in fact, when they make their contribution, is always deteriorating, is always downgrading, is always eroding, and always inimical to the interests of the people of the country. What say you? We are in an election mood. We must understand all of these issues. And could you afford? Could you chance getting putting Rowley back there to continue his evil? The choice is yours ultimately, but our job is to give you the information. The apologists, and they have nothing to lose, because it may well be they have a CPAP contract and so on, and therefore they want to protect that, and they believe that the only people give them that is getting them, and therefore will lose it. But no, we have a government that has been tried and tested in the form of Kamala and the UNC between 2010 and 2015, and that was not the case. In fact, the PNM was surprised, and of course started to call him the box drain government. Why? Because the same people who want to defend CPAP and so on, rather than getting off of that train and criticize and undermine, if necessary, the PNM from within, and of course do what is required to salvage Trinidad and Tobago. You continue to believe in that kind of what I consider to be opportunism and exploitation that cannot offer well for Trinidad and Tobago futuristically or at present. That is the reality of Trinidad and Tobago to be under a PNM administration. They are simply evil and cannot be afforded by the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Gentlemen.
Well, I can hear you loud and clear. All right, but unfortunately, our time is up.
Yes, our time is up. Yes,
So until tomorrow, folks, we'll continue to look at this. Until tomorrow, stay tuned. Don't forget, later on this evening at 7 p.m., your show is going to be on The Observer at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And of course, later on, 8 o'clock, a very own announcement, Corridor Transformation on social media.
Yes,
until then, folks, be safe. Until tomorrow, we are out of here.
Yes, people, of course, we have come to the end of this edition of the Ground Report. Of course, we see you tonight on the corridor transformation. We had a wonderful time last night. Some of the information has been, of course, has found itself on the Ground Report this morning. And many of, or much of what was disclosed by Ms. Santa Cruz, certainly you heard it first on the corridor last night. So therefore, what we're doing is pretty much reinforcing that which is necessary in order for you to understand there's a consistent pattern of this administration, draconian, wicked, diabolical, evil, and of course they seem to have been students of Machiavelli, do evil to the people for a substantive amount of time of being in government, and then at the last minute, of course, try to compensate. What I consider to be in a situation that is amorphous, that is impossible, but somehow they have been successful. But save for the Ground Report, Observer, Real Media, and other conscientious citizens who have made it a duty to bring the truth to you, then of course you have no choice now. Whether traditional media will try to bring or carry the propaganda that is, you know that your experience, your personal experience at the end of the day will determine how you vote. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless. Bye-bye.
If for 30 years you voting them in, and there's only tears as soon as they win, they give you big words and enslave your souls, promising you roads and giving potholes. If they are the reason why the economy won't sprout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is the building eyesores, east, west, north and south, the same way you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. Total